Hey, Colabcoaching here again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. Week number two of the family series. Week number two of the family series. So excited to get into this week because I'm going to tell you now, this topic is a little bit deep. But without any further ado, the question slash thought I have for you this week is, who do you call your family? Who do you call family? Now, this is gonna probably upset some people, but I personally feel that blood does not equate to family. Like, just because you're blood relatives or you're genetically relatives does not mean you have to be, and you must be family. We'll break that down a little bit. But family is a dynamic that I feel like is depending on the person. Like, you could have friends that you consider family. You could have acquaintances that maybe became friends that became family. I mean, of course, you could have the genetic aspect of it, the DNA part of the family members, but that's beautiful. But I feel like when you do that, you limit yourself with who you consider family. Now, as we talked about last week, just because you have people you were born with, people that know you all your life, doesn't mean that they're the right people for you. Doesn't mean that they are the end all be all, and you have to put up with whatever they're doing to you or how they treat you or how they talk to you. No, no, no. As I said before, they can be family, quote unquote, by genetics, by blood, but you can also separate yourself from them. You don't have to stay with them. And that's the beautiful thing about family, is that you set the rules. You create the family. You are starting a family. You can manage your own family, and you can set the labels of who you consider family or not. Now, I'm not a big person on labels, but in this instance, we're going to talk a little bit more about labels, especially when it comes to family dynamics. So let's break this down even further. Now, when we talk about family, yes, your parents, your siblings, your aunts and uncles, grandparents, cousins, whoever it may be, you may have them in your life and you consider them as family. Perfect, beautiful. But you could also have friends that are close to you and you feel like they're irreplaceable, and they are the people that you want to call family. You may have kids that play with each other. They may call you aunt and uncle, things of that nature, and that's okay. Now, when it comes to the problems that comes with family, that's when you have to realize, okay, do I still want to consider them as family? They could be acquaintances. Even though they're blood, they could be considered acquaintances. Or you could see people maybe once a year, hi, bye, be cordial, but they don't have to be considered your family. You may know them by association, and that's the biggest thing. You may know people by association, but you don't have to consider them as family. You don't have to label them as family. You might have a situation like me that you may have certain family members that you just don't deal with, and that's okay. You have certain family members that you just do not deal with because of the way they act, what has happened in the past. Maybe you haven't healed from those situations. Maybe you have healed from those situations, and you know that if you guys are together in the same room or you talk on the phone, it's just going to be chaotic because of the places that you are in your life, and you don't consider them family. And that's okay. Your family members might consider them family, but you don't have to consider them family. And the thing about it is that you don't have to be obligated to treat them as family. You do not have to treat them as family because of, oh, that might be my father's brother or my father's sister, or that might be my grandparents. But your grandparents and the siblings or your aunts and uncles are toxic for you. They're triggering. They're people that you don't need in your life at this moment, and that's okay. Now, when it comes to the friends or colleagues or whoever you consider as family, you set the rules. Are they the people that you feel like are reliable? Are they the people that you can communicate with? You know that they're the people that when situations happen, not only bad but good things, you want to invite them to things. You want them to be around. You want them to be in your children's life if you have children, or you want them to be at your wedding in the future, or you want them to be close friends that you guys go on vacations with and stuff like that. You consider them family. I have friends that are close friends and I consider them family. Yeah, we're not blood related, but that doesn't mean they can't be family. And I think we have to start changing the rules of what we're told as family. Now there's a nuclear family parents, stuff like that. But let's put it this way: even when you have a significant other, when you meet someone and you start dating and you get married, those were strangers. Those were complete strangers, and and they became family. They became family, and now you guys are making a family. You're extending that new branch of the family. So why are we limiting the idea of family, even though we're not limiting the idea of family? If that makes sense. You're limiting the idea of family because of blood relation, but you're not limiting the idea of family when it comes to significant others. That's what we need to start changing. We have to start changing this aspect of just because you grew up with them that they're family and that's it. You have to put up with their mess. You got to put up with their drama. You got to put up with their stress. You got to put up with their problems. And the one thing I wanted to highlight before the video is over is that when people, other family members that you consider family, they push the agenda of, well, that's your family. That's always going to be your family. You have to help them because they're always your family. You have to help them because they helped you in the past. You have to help them because when you were little, they did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're grown now. This is a different chapter of your life. This is a different version of you. This is not the same child from before. You are a grown adult. If you're watching this, you're a grown adult and you are someone that's gone through experiences. You're someone that has decided that they want to take care of themselves. They want to be the best person they could be. They want to be the person that's mature. They want to be the person that is that's growing and caring about themselves and on this journey called life. And certain people that you had in your life before, you don't want them in your life now. Not to say that they're bad people, but they got things that they have to figure out on their own. And you don't have to bring them along in your journey because they are just going to hold you back. Even if they're called family by other people. You have to break that cycle of people forcing you to be family with them because they're blood related to you. That's not fair for you. That's not right for you. And that's not something that you should be okay with because you have your own life to live. The people that lived their lives and did those certain things, or the people that lived their life are currently doing those certain things, they're living their life the way they want to live, but they have repercussions with that. Your repercussions should be enjoyment. your after effect should be happiness. Your after effect, your response to the family that you consider family should be, well, I'm really happy that you're in my life. Oh, I love you. Oh, I care about you. Or I appreciate you. Thank you for making me become a better person. Thank you for allowing me to be in your life, and we'll continue to grow together as we move on in our lives as family based on the rules that we agreed upon. Simple as that. So, who do you call family? Who do you call family? Family does not only mean blood. I hate to break it to a lot of people, but family does not only mean blood. Family could be friends that you feel like are irreplaceable in your life. Family could be people that you consider are reliable. They could be people that you feel like you do not want to live life without them. And the biggest thing about it is that just because your current family, maybe blood related family, feel like you have to be obligated to them, you do not. You create the rules of who you consider family. The label of family should be based on you and not what other people are telling you who should be in your family. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with that, make sure you remember that you call family who you want to call family, and that's it. So if you are having an issue on deciding who you should call family, or you're feeling forced that you have certain people in your life that you don't want to call family anymore, message me. Go ahead, go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com, fill out that free 15-minute, sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session, and fill out that coaching checklist to see how we can help each other, because it's a collaborative effort, as I always say. Help each other, make sure that you understand what it means to have family in your life, and who you should call family. Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching, all my videos and all my series. This video, of course, is going to be on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Also, I'm one half of a wonderful podcast, the With Heart and Soul podcast. Just go to any podcast station you're signed up with. And also, we're on Instagram with Heart and Soul podcast. And we're also on YouTube with Heart and Soul podcast. So you can see our lovely faces. One half with my friend Jackie. And there's beautiful merch The collab coaching merch was done by See Where We Land. They're on Etsy. See Where We Land. They're also on Instagram as well. Powerful, powerful company. With that being said, make sure you make the rules of who you call family. And share this with anyone else that you know is struggling with the whole family dynamic. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week on the week 3, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Be safe.